Well, you guys, the strongest woman in the world, me, is actually way stronger than any of us could have imagined because I just found out that, my boyfriend who broke up with me like last week was also cheating on me, messaging a 19-year-old girl, he's 25, while I was staying at his house for his birthday. So,
Ooh,
if there's anything we can learn from this, never date an influencer. That's the lesson that we've learned. And I'll say it again. Do you guys know how strong I am? Look at me right now. Do you see that? So strong, strongest woman in the world. And yeah, this is my first Hey Girly text too. I kind of feel like I'm part of a club. Hey guys, where are my Hey Girly girls at? So now I feel like one of the sisters. Thank you guys for letting me in the club. Yeah, so
too bad you got to get cheated on to be in the club. That's fucked up.
yeah.
What a shitty club to be a part of. But she's in it now. But she got she got the support. I guess that's what she's speaking on. Man, this story very interesting. So that's where it starts. Apparently, a young woman. I'm not on that side of TikTok, but I came across the story and I thought it was interesting, so I had to piece it all together. You guys know that's what I do. So here we go. Let's get into it. That sets it up. Obviously, she got cheated on. Her influencer boyfriend, I guess his name is like handsome something. We're gonna see that guy in a second. But it's some odd shit in here. Handsome fella, and obviously, or apparently, he's like a Twitch streamer or something like that. I'm not familiar with this content at all. He does not make content for my demographic in so many ways. Nor does the young lady, but this is my lane. But what is happening here, this is what I do. So that's why I'm talking about it. So excuse my ignorance, everybody. If you know these people, it is what it is. I have no idea who this guy is. I've just tracked down the story so I can understand and give and have some context.
Rolls right now. And thank you for the subs if you have subscribed. So let's jump into it, ladies and gents. I just feel like I owe you guys, my audience, some sort of explanation, and this is going to be pretty difficult for me to navigate, especially in like a live setting. Like I already struggle to articulate my feelings and put my feelings into words, but I will try my best to effectively communicate. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will here in a second. I'll go through it. So no goofs or jokes this time. First off, I'm not here to like dismiss any claims. I'm not trying to explain away a situation. I just want to be transparent, take accountability for what I've done. And in the theme of full transparency, my name is not Tyler. My name is Ian. You might have seen that floating around somewhere, so I just wanted to get out in front of that one. Name is Ian. That is my name. Had a pseudo fake name to, protect myself when I worked a job and privacy and all that. But going back to the topic at hand, some of you may have seen the video that Haley posted, where she said that I cheated on her during our relationship, and that is true. I'm here to take accountability for that. So that is true. My now ex-girlfriend posted that TikTok detailing it, and yeah, I'm not here to explain that situation away. I was unfaithful to my girlfriend at the time for the past like month and a half, and did message people while being in that relationship with her, and that's something I've got to own. And I don't really care about the public reception you know, I just wanted to stop being silent, get this out there. I'm not proud at all. Not proud in any way, shape, or form. And I have some internal issues that I got to deal with. So let us continue. Again, my apologies if I'm not effectively communicating myself.
Get to it, fam. We hear you. He's stalling like a mug. He don't know what to say.
But this is the right thing to do. So
it's the only thing you can do at this point. It's the only thing you can do at this point to save face. He's trying, like, to me, never mind. I'll let it go.
I'll walk you guys through some of the timeline just to get some context here. Wow, we got a good bit of folks in here. Didn't notice that. Here is some context. So my previous relationship ended in September, and I had my faults in that one too. You know, I drove her away, made a lot of false promises, but basically I drove her to break up with me, because I definitely had faults in that relationship. But I did love her, and I couldn't really accept. This is very weird for me to be talking about on the internet, so I'm sorry. I couldn't accept that was like done, right? So then
You couldn't accept that the relationship was done?
months after that, met Haley, and unfairly, I got into a relationship I wasn't emotionally available for, and that's a very basic and classic, you know.
Men are never emotionally available for a relationship. That's a reason why we can hop from relationship to relationship, because we're it doesn't matter for us. We're never going to heal up. You know what I'm saying? We might be a little bit better. Like I'll admit that when my ex broke up with me, you know, I was broke. I didn't know what to do. I definitely healed up from that and was a better person, but I was never whole, because I was never whole. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't whole since I was a child, you know? So it wasn't like I could have been single for 10 years. I would never have been whole, but I would have been better. I would have been better, but I never would have been whole. I never would have been emotionally available. You know what I'm saying? Like that wasn't, I'm saying, because I never was doing the work. It just was kind of like time heals all wounds kind of situation. That's more what it was. It was like I worked through it. At first I blamed her, even though I was fucking completely wrong. But at first I blamed her, and I had to work through all of that. I went through like the 7 stages of grief, or whatever you want to say. You know what I mean? Like I processed it as well as I could without actually doing any work, I would say. And then, you know, I came to realize like, oh no, I was the problem, and so on and so forth. And for that, I definitely would have been better getting into a new relationship, but like I wouldn't have actually healed up, because it wasn't from the relationship that I needed to heal from. It was from society. It was from my childhood. You know what I mean? It was from all of that stuff that led me to do the things that I did in that relationship. You know what I'm saying? That led to the demise of the relationship. So yeah, I don't know if men ever are healed, or whatever the case may be.
Thing to say. I'm not trying to excuse anything, but it was unfair to her to get in this relationship when I wasn't completely sure and fully invested. And I have a problem with lying in the short term. That is a problem I've recognized about myself. Like lying in the short term to protect myself. So basically like just telling her what I thought she wanted to hear. You know, that
this is very typical of men, and this is what I talk about all the time with men. He is articulating how men lie how men lie to get into relationships with women and how men lie to continue their relationship with women, right? We're lying all the time. Like we're telling all of these like little lies. Like I literally just got done saying this today, like in another live. So it's documented. I was talking about how men tell all of these like little lies, right? You would call them little, but when you tell 100 little lies, that's a big lie now, right? It's almost better to tell like one like big lie than to tell a bunch of little lies, because you had to deliberately tell all of those little lies, right? I look at that shit like a tax, like a credit report, like how the bank looks at it, right? Like a thing that'll pull down your credit score really bad and really fast is like an unpaid cell phone bill, like a $300 bill. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is crazy. Like why haven't you paid that? You couldn't pay a $300 bill. You know what I'm saying? That in a lot of cases looks worse than you like defaulting on a car, because not being able to pay a car note, hey, I lost my job, you know, I had a medical emergency. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it doesn't come off as deliberate. But when you don't pay a $300 cell phone bill, you just look completely negligent. You look like you don't give a flying fuck. Like you're just like, I don't give a fuck about anything. Because why wouldn't you, like, you're gonna allow your credit to get this fucked up from not paying a $250 ticket, not paying a $300 car note, or a $300 cell phone bill? Oh wow, getting kicked out of your apartment or whatever because you couldn't pay rent for 6 months, and then hey, what happened? Oh, I lost my job. Oh, okay. I mean, damn. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like that makes more sense. You know what I'm saying? Why did you pay that $300 Verizon bill? I don't know. I just never got around to it. That's how, like, telling like a bunch of little lies, it just comes off as more like, it's like, what? Like, why would you, what? Like, every day you had to do that? Every day you made the choice to do that? To tell these little lies? You know what I'm saying? You do some shit, I don't know. You forget your wife's birthday or some shit like that, and then you're scrambling, and you know what I'm saying? And she's like, "Where were you?" And you're like, you're like, "Oh, I just had to stay late for work," but you're out shopping for a present for her. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's a bigger lie. That's not a little lie. That's a pretty big lie. But okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's fucked up. I shouldn't have forgot her birthday. We can have that conversation. And then I go back to not lying again, right? But like every day or consistently just telling these lies to protect yourself when, and a lot of times men think that they're actually protecting the relationship as well. And you are to a certain extent, because in a lot of cases, I can't even say that. But I think men think that if they revealed to the women what they actually thought and felt and did, that the women would not like them as much. In a lot of cases, it's true. In some cases, it's not. In some cases, we just, we lie to maintain a level of control. We lie to be mysterious, which gives us control. And you know what I'm saying? A lot of it is that. But some of it is also like we actually believe, like, man, if I tell her that, she's not gonna like me. Man, if I reveal to her who I really am, she's not gonna like me. You know what I mean? So you never know. You never know. You never know.
I was ready for this, and I feel like deep down I was not fully over the past one, and that's not cool to do. You can't
Not
play
cool
with
at all.
someone's emotions like that.
Not cool at all, Ian.
Clearly, I have a lot of work to do in that department, and I also want to, but I'm not trying to provide justification for what I did, and we'll get to that in a second. But I do feel really guilty.
I don't know. You sound like you feel guilty at all.
But I thought it was a step in the right direction to move forward. And, she's great, and I enjoyed our time together. But I did come to the decision that we should break up, and I should have conveyed that earlier. But before the breakup, and this is where the lack of loyalty and not being faithful comes into play. I got really drunk around my birthday and messaged someone on Instagram. I had a Instagram back and forth, and the drunk aspect is, again, no justification.
And why I mentioned it.
And like she said in the video, that person was 19, and that makes me feel filthy and disgusting and awful. But, you know, again, I'm not here to explain that away, right? That's where I'm just laying it all out.
Laying it on thick.
And I want to make it clear that the alcohol was not the problem. Like, I have an alcohol problem that I've been working through. And I just want to make it clear that that is not the issue. Alcohol was involved, but clearly I, myself, am the problem. And I have a lot of stuff to work through.
So
yeah,
weird. So weird.
Just got a lot of self-reflection to do. And this is like telling of my character, very telling of my character. So I understand the reception, but ultimately I was inconsiderate and selfish when it came to Haley, and not faithful and bad to her. And yeah, there's, whether it's on the internet or not, I feel deep remorse.
Do you?
But all I can do is just try and be a better person, you know? That's really all I can do. I'm not really sure what the game plan is content-wise. I don't know, and I'm going to be back to the stream grind, but clearly I need to take some time off the internet, right? Like, I need to assess myself and my problems. But yeah, I mean, I guess that'll be it, ladies and germs.
So that was his apology, right? That's his apology, or his version of an apology, I guess. And then after he does that apology, he calls Haley, but he calls Haley. He calls Haley. So it, to me, that apology just looked like damage control now, right? After you listen to this, you tell me what you think.
Will be like a huge thing that I'm gonna have, like my career, my job, like I don't have a job now, like I'm gonna get pushed off of the internet, and like it'll just be this whole thing, and it's gonna snowball. And like last time, it just became, you know, like now.
The last time you cheated?
That was not that. I explained that situation.
Is there an explanation for this situation?
The explanation is that I was not faithful, and I did wrong. That's the explanation for the. I mean, there's no explaining away this one. This one was a true act of being unfaithful, and you didn't deserve me to do that. And I'm sorry. But please, it's already out there now, and it's gonna get like bigger and bigger. Like, I'm begging you to just take the tweets and the TikTok, like, just clean break. You can, you know, please.
I'm just struggling to have sympathy right now.
How do you abuse a person and then be like, hey, you know, the way you're responding to the way that I abused you, I don't want you to respond like that. Like, I know that I've caused you pain, but you shouldn't be able to tell your story because it's causing me pain. The pain that I caused you is now hurting me. So can you stop it? Like, what?
You can, you know, please.
I'm just struggling to have sympathy right now because you did text a girl while I was at your house for your birthday. So it just kind of, to me, I just don't care, to be honest. That's just a little ridiculous. And if I'm getting cheated on, I'm gonna talk about it. it's just a little insane, you know?
Please take the video down. It's gonna ruin me. I'm begging you. I know you have no sympathy for this, and I know that's awful. I know. I completely know. I'm begging you. Please take it down, because this is gonna get huge, and it's gonna be irrecoverable. Please.
Irrecoverable. He's making up words.
I'm willing to do.
Why are all of these dudes so dumb and inarticulate? Like, all of these dudes who are like this, like these misogyn, like all these guys, they're like extremely inarticulate and really dumb.
Please take it down, because this is gonna get huge, and it's gonna be irrecoverable. Please, I'm begging you. I'm willing to do anything. Like, I will. You're not asking for money, obviously. I don't want to bribe.
So you want to bribe me into taking a video down when you cheated on me when I was at your house for your birthday at 1:45 a.m.
I'm being desperate right now, but
I'm hearing that.
I'm begging you, please. I'm begging you. I'm willing to do anything. This is going to be like irrecoverable. It's going to do irreparable damage, and I was awful, and that was an awful thing to do. And
it's just a little crazy that you cheated on me and your first response is to beg for me to take a video down instead of feeling bad for what you did and fessing up to it. So for that, I have no sympathy for anything that happens to you, because I was literally nothing but good to you. That's what's crazy. The fact that you would do that is so... Honestly, it's something that I should have seen coming from the way that your internet persona is and the way that this has happened before. So the fact that you call because you're worried about your reputation and not worried about the fact that this is really weird, something I never would have thought would happen to someone like me, especially with a random girl who DM'd you on Instagram, it's crazy. Crazy.
You're right.
I know.
You're right.
I know.
I am begging you.
Just go, bro.
Are you begging me?
Just go. Just go. It's over. Like he's taking this. The only reason why he's taking this is because he's so desperate that he's taking this. Like, normally a man would be like gaslighting the fuck out of this girl right now, but he's just taking it in this moment because he is desperate. That's it. It's so obvious. It's fucking crazy.
I am so remorseful, but I'm
so remorseful, but the first thing I have to say is I want it down because I care about my reputation and not about how you feel about this. No, I hear that. I hear that. I hear it and I understand.
I absolutely care about how you feel. I do.
So if you cared about how I felt, why would you be DMing a random person while I was at your house for your birthday? And you know what? And some of the messages were deleted. So the fact that there's probably more that went on while I was there hanging out with you is crazy.
Damn, I wonder how she found out.
You're right. That is crazy, and that's horrible. And
but
that is a horrible thing for me to do. I do care about you, and I have been having this guilt eat away at me. I just now was Ray, and I saw that video, and that was my immediate gut response. I just went, please, Haley, please.
Oh shit!
I'm begging you.
I don't owe you anything.
He almost fake cried.
Of course not. Of course you don't owe me anything. I'm just asking from person to person, and
the video's still up, by the way.
Another, you know how it is, and I know you have no, you know.
She's standing 10 toes on business.
I'm not even deserving of you removing this. I'm begging you, please, because I am not going to be able to continue to do what I do at all. I won't be able to.
They don't care, bro. The men don't care. The men who listen to Handsome Face or whatever, Handsome Man or Handsome Guy or whatever the fuck his name is, they don't give a fuck, bro. Men don't care if you cheat. I don't know what his content is. Maybe his content is geared towards women. I have no idea. Or I won't say geared towards women. Maybe women are the majority of his demographic, right? His large demographic. Fine. But men don't give a fuck. So if men are your largest demographic, you're going to be fine, bro. Cheating on this girl, will not hurt you in the slightest. Men don't give a fuck if men are cheaters.
Please. I took.
This is going to damage his chances with some other women, not even with most women, though. I think there's still a ton of women that will still deal with him. You know what I'm saying? He's young as fuck, too. So, yeah, he's in that demographic. He's in that age group where, you know, women, they all little, you know, they're girls. They're 22, 19, 18, you know, 23, 21. Like, they're young as fuck. They're young as shit.
Such a financial hit on that video from like a year and a half ago that's still even affecting me now.
See,
it's about the money.
and this is the thing. It's always like every conversation with you, it is all about you.
Yep. Clearly. Now, if you were thinking for 1 second, like maybe Ian, maybe she should take it down. Maybe Haley should take it down. I mean, Ian's not a bad guy. Think again. Think again, because guess what?
I fucked this nigga raw.
There were more.
He cheated and I know it. I named the baby Heaven, cause that's where it's going.
That was one of the girl who made this video. Haley's on the left. Haley stitched this video of this woman on the right. The woman on the right is saying that she also was DM'd, similar situation. She talked to Ian. So there you go. Your goose is cooked, bro. I'm glad she never took down the video, right? I'm glad she never took down the video because all of that shit was a lie. That apology, I think the apology happened after that phone call. I think like I said, I think the apology was damage control because he was trying to get her to take it down. Then he got on the internet and because he said he saw that video. He said he had just saw the video of her saying that he cheated and that, you know, he was like, oh my God, he went into fucking scramble mode. And then he called her and then he saw how she reacted. And then he went and then made a public apology in hopes that would, you know, trigger a reaction in her to take down the video. It didn't. And here we are. And lastly, this right here might be the icing on the cake right here. This is the cherry on top. This man, Joe, is apparently friends with Handsome Fella. And guess what Joe is gonna do? If you guys can I'll give you 5 seconds to guess. Guess what this man is gonna do, you know, what he's gonna do for his friend. Jig is up. If you guessed, he is going to defend his friend. You are right.
Shit, what happened with him? I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. He was
Okay, time out real quick. So this is your friend. You didn't even know that he had a girlfriend. So a lot of things here, right? One, he's probably lying, but let's say he's not lying. Let's say he's not lying, right? Are you guys even friends? How do you not know your friend has a girlfriend? That's crazy. And here's what I'll be saying about, here's exactly what I'm saying to men like Joe and other men. Sir, this man had a whole girlfriend you didn't know about, but you were about to go off and defend this guy. This guy who wouldn't even divulge to you that he had a fucking girlfriend. What else don't you know about him? But you're going to defend him? I swear I don't, like, in the same video, that's what makes me think he's lying, because I'm like, if somebody didn't tell me they had a girlfriend, I'm not about to start defending this motherfucker. I'll be like, I don't know, that motherfucker's sneaky. I had no idea. He didn't even tell me I'm his buddy. He didn't tell me. Instead, he's going to go, yeah, I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. That absolves him. That's why he made that statement. Because now Joe doesn't get to look, Joe doesn't have to look like the bad guy in his mind.
dating this girl on TikTok named Haley for like a month or two, and he ended up like cheating on her or something, and now it's becoming a whole thing. She's rightfully mad. People want to hear my take about it. She's rightfully mad. She's rightfully, able to post that. I think her posting their private phone call between one another is over the top.
Why? Why is it over the top? He was trying to manipulate her. He was trying to lie to her again after he had already cheated on her. Why couldn't she post that phone call? He doesn't get to go out here and have this public persona of being this great guy, and behind the scenes he's a fucking monster. Like, yeah, Why not? Why wouldn't she post? Y'all wouldn't believe her if she didn't. If she came out and said, if she just talked about the phone call, y'all wouldn't believe her. He would then say, I didn't say that, and it would be he say, she say, and y'all would take his side. Then she posts the video so everybody has the evidence, and here you go talking about some, oh, well, I think that was over the top. Absolutely the fuck not. If start trusting women in, and then maybe they won't have to do shit like that. How about that?
To a degree, just because that's, he didn't know that he was being recorded. Regardless, she's still rightfully mad because, that's fucked that she got cheated on. Do I think Handsome's a bad guy? No. Right? Do I think that
how is being a cheat? And here's why another reason why I don't listen to men about what classifies men as a good guy or bad guy. Men always talk about how it's not all men. There are good men out here. This dude just said Handsome is a good guy, even though he's a fucking cheater. How can you be a cheater and a good guy? What worse do you have to be? A fucking serial killer? A child molester? Then you're a bad guy? Like, is that it? He's definitely a bad guy, bro.
made a fucking mistake and was a bad boyfriend? Yes. Right? Like
Cheating isn't a mistake. Cheating is very intentional. Cheating is very intentional, my friend.
It's kind of hard for me to share my opinion because I'm not right.
Because you're trying to cover up for this guy and you don't want to get exposed the way that he got exposed. So that's why you don't want to that's why you don't want to share your opinion on this. That's the only reason. Let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean.
A woman in that relationship that feels that way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Handsome Fella is a bad dude.
You just said that.
Do I think he's a bad boyfriend? In that situation, yes, right? But
what's the difference? If I'm beating up on if I was abusive to my wife, you would say that I'm a good friend, but I'm a bad husband. You would say I'm a good guy, but a bad husband. You can't be a good person and a bad boyfriend, bro. Basically, what you're saying is, well, he ain't cheat on me.
That's my take, right? And I think that's a very neutral take. I think that's
Shitty
what
take.
everybody's saying, just because.
You can't be neutral in these instances, fam.
What else am I going to say? You know what I mean? It's not my right to speak on their relationship.
That's not what they're
what
asking
happened
you
with
to do.
them happened with them. She's rightfully mad, and that's, okay. Rightfully so. But I don't know. Not to mention his name is Ian and not Tyler. I knew that prior, but that was just like a personal, like a safety thing. You know what I mean? Because people don't like having their names out there, because then people get weird and stalkery and shit. I think that was an entirely different thing. I don't know. I think that's different. I don't. That's an unimportant piece of the information. You know how many people you probably watch that's names aren't their real name, and they just say that? I don't know anybody, right? So don't be like, oh, who, right? Because I don't know anybody outside of fucking Ian, right? But yeah, Foxman's real name isn't Foxman. Is your real name Joe? Yes. Anyways, yeah, I mean, that's my take on it, right? Do I think that he needs to work on himself in monogamous relationships? Yeah, right?
It's so much deeper than that, and this is crazy. This is exactly what happens. Men will coalesce around abusive men, and this is why it's all men. Joe, you're not a good guy either, because you're defending a bad guy. Now you are a bad guy too.
But I don't know. I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad friend. I think he fucking fucked up, right? And that
is she not his friend? His girlfriend wasn't his friend, who he cheated on? That doesn't make you a bad friend?
That's a really hurtful thing to do to somebody in a relationship. And she's rightfully mad, right? His audience.
I don't think he believes that. He keeps saying that to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, she has the right to be upset. Like, you don't have to we know she has the right to be upset. But he's just saying that to, like, be like, so nobody can say, so he can always fall back on it. Like, I said she has the right. She has the right to be upset. Like, all right, bro, we got it. We get you.
Is also, rightfully mad to a degree. I don't think it's something where people should shame his character beyond that. But
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's no defending cheating, right?
That's
But
what you're
at
doing.
the end of the day, I can't sit there and judge him off of something that I'm not a part of at all.
I can't sit there and judge him because he just hurt some woman, and I don't give a fuck about protecting women. He didn't hurt me, and furthermore, he is a man, and I must defend the patriarchy. So, you know, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna let y'all have at it.
You know, so yeah, I knew people were gonna ask me about it because I stream with Handsome all the time, but yeah, I'll see how it develops. I think his response was a little rushed. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I mean that's any
Why wouldn't you watch? It was only 10 minutes.
any situation you're in where you're getting a shitload of hate, people kind of rush you to respond very quickly. And I think he had a poor response, but I think you give him some time, he'll probably come back and have a better response later on. That's usually what happens with this type of shit. But yeah, you look like
His response was so shitty initially because he is not, he's inarticulate first and foremost, but also it wasn't genuine. That's why it was so bad. If it was genuine, we would have felt it. I don't give a fuck, inarticulate or not. If it's genuine, people feel it.
like Charlie Kelly. Just be neutral. I mean, I don't want to get involved in that. You know what I mean? That's why, like, I never understand the social media shit where people try to loop in other streamers and people that he knows into the drama. And I'm just like, dude, I'm my own streamer, right? I've streamed with Handsome, yes, but like, why are you looping me in on this?
Because you ran in the same circle. Now, with that being said, also Haley claims that, or not claims, she made another video where she was talking about all the people. Well, I wish she would have named names, but she basically just alluded to the fact that there was a bunch of people who knew that he was cheating on her and didn't tell her. So there's that. And I'm guessing this might be one of the guys, if I had to guess. But essentially, as you can see, men will coalesce around other men to protect dangerous men while simultaneously being like it's not all men. Handsome is a complete selfish, he doesn't care about anybody. That's clear. And shout out to Haley, man. I hope she heals up from this soon. She did, obviously she didn't deserve this. And I wish her the best of luck. But to the rest of the motherfuckers, I don't care what happens to them.